In the barn, Cheeky lives his life on a beam 6.5 feet high. And to think that the mouse's vision is blurred and he's aware of very few details. He compensates with his tail and his whiskers, very sensitive, tactile organs, and he has a powerful sense of smell that helps him find his bearings. If he could see further than the end of his nose, he would see that a mouse is making a break for it. Where is he going? It's a mystery. If this intrepid mouse is going so far from his nest, it's because he's hungry. To eat, he is ready for anything. The owl is too. But let us return to the mouse, who doesn't have the characteristic trait of making provisions, which forces him to search for food when he is a little peckish. A mouse weighing 30 grams eats between 3 and 5 grams per day. That's a lot. At the end of a successful search, the mouse eats the seed, which he usually shells before eating. The mouse doesn't know that the barn owl is biding his time. It's also called the death owl. One might think that his face is mourning his prey. Although his ears are hidden under a bed of feathers, he has exceptionally acute hearing. Even better, he has the discretion of a ghost. In flight, you can't even hear the flutter of his wings. On a balmy summer night, with the moon as the only witness, a mouse caught off guard in the midst of a meal goes from life to death. Let's rejoin Cheeky between the barn and the kitchen, this place between the two worlds that he likes, because it's rich in all kinds of material. It's 5 o'clock in the morning, the hour when Cheeky chews the cardboard, which is in for a hard time of it. There's a reason for this. It's physiological. In mice, incisor teeth grow all their lives, which explains their need to use them. Gnawing in this compulsive manner keeps the teeth sharp. These gnawing sounds haven't fallen on deaf ears, except that Marcel is on the wrong side of the wall. This scamp of a mouse is annoying. The next morning, the field alongside the house is a beautiful sight to behold. On fine summer days, for a domesticated cat like Marcel, who spends all year living in an apartment in town, the temptation of the great outdoors is strong. Letting him out awakens his senses. So he explores, he observes, or he hunts. Marcel tracks down field mice, rodents a bit bigger than a grey mouse, but more lively. And he watches, up to the moment where the unexpected makes a deafening appearance in the form of an agricultural machine which starts to cut the grass. Poor Marcel, whose hopes for field mice recede as the tractor approaches. In fact, the tractor is a godsend. Soon the ground will be littered with seeds. The rodents will be more and more numerous and more easily spotted. The problem is that the neighborhood is frequented by farm cats or domestic cats who have returned to the wild. Competitors capable of killing 10 rodents per day. In the meantime, Marcel is hot. He needs to be a bit more patient before the field mice hunting begins. It's 8 p.m. The gas is burning under the simmering saucepan. Soon, there will also be trouble simmering in the kitchen. Cheeky's fault. This little hairy, two-coloured creature has launched into an exciting expedition. Cheeky uses a crazy amount of energy, and his heart is put to work. The heart rate of a mouse is very fast, with an average of 500 to 600 beats per minute. That's 5 times faster than that of a cat. On this worktop, the mouse is having a cake and eating it, as we say. And indeed, there's also cake for dessert. Isn't he cute, this nibbling Cheeky? Isn't he lovely when he removes the crumbs from his fur? In children's fairy tales or cartoons, isn't it the mouse that attracts more sympathy than the big bad cat? Popular imagery has made the mouse a mischievous character. In reality, they're much worse. If they are hunted, it's because of the food they destroy and the diseases they can transmit to man. So don't be surprised if Cheeky causes shock and anger. Cheeky has found a way of escaping the broom. But as soon as the sun goes down, the big maneuvers will begin. From today, Marcel the cat is joined in his fight by the lady of the house, and all hell will break loose. She chops again and again. She does too much, but it's due to the annoyance with this Cheeky that she wants to catch by means of a spring-loaded trap called a mouse trap. From sticky bands to poison paste, lots of ways exist to kill a rodent. Not to mention a cat. For beginners, the mouse trap is the favourite. Still, it's important to choose the right bait. If it's too big, the mouse can nibble it without triggering the diabolic mechanism of the trap. True to his reputation as a big gourmand, Marcel is more interested in food than the preparations for the battle. It's 5 to midnight when we find Cheeky. His destiny in his hands. If he goes to the barn, he will join the grey mice. If he goes to the kitchen, it's going to be a sad story. Let's continue these suppositions. If Cheeky eats, he dies. Unless... With just the right amount of greed and caution, the mouse foils the trap, taking advantage of the inexperience of the lady of the house who doesn't do things by halves. At midnight, Cheeky goes back to his world. He has had a good meal. At first light, a beautiful day dawns on the countryside. The lady of the house hopes for a new day, imagining the mouse caught in the trap. Let's leave the lady of the house to her pain and observe the face-off engaged in by this brave Marcel and Tweety the canary. We cannot trust Marcel, whose predator instinct, despite a few failures, can arise at any moment. Spying in this way, Marcel sees in Tweety the canary a prey. His eyes do not deceive him. As domesticated as he is, Marcel has kept his wild animal reflexes. And Tweety owes his life to the cage that's protecting him. Forgetting his sudden aggression, he is now attacking his grooming. Cat grooming isn't only aesthetic or hygienic. With his rough tongue and his saliva, the cat deodorizes his fur and skin, which allows him to hunt without his odor giving him away. Basically, the mice had better watch out. For now, they are milling about quietly in the mess and the dust, ignoring the danger. The mus musculus don't know that Marcel has a formidable anti-mouse weapon. Cat pee. Since his arrival in the countryside, Marcel has projected jets of urine to mark his territory. This kind of behaviour has caught the attention of scientists. They have discovered that cat pee contains an odour molecule, the L-felinine, which has an effect on mice. First surprise, a young mouse exposed to the urine is marked for life by its odour. In adulthood, it will be less cautious and easier to capture. Second surprise, with females, this molecule can stop pregnancy and reduce the number of litters. Catching Cheeky with cat pee isn't enough, as Marcel knows firsthand. In the late afternoon, as the river runs quietly below the house, a little event takes place at the water's edge. For the first time during the holidays, Rita the cat is going out. At the river, under the responsibility of her owner, she watches her kittens discover the great outdoors. Rita is a little stressed, contrary to the kittens. Through fun exploration, they learn agility. They learn to move and smell. All useful qualities for future hunters of prey. After half an hour of exercise, we return home but continue to play. The game of predation. A kitten raised by the baby bottle and in an apartment can become a good hunter. As long as it's educated, the apprenticeship begins with games. While playing, the kitten is on the lookout. He leaps, he tracks, he reproduces the behavior of catching. For the predation, the mother is the appointed teacher of the kittens. Soon she will bring dead mice for them to touch. Then she'll return with live prey, and one day they will learn to kill. Around the age of 3 months, they will play with their prey as they would with a ball, playing the game of cat and mouse.